8-0 Phillies as we welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance, along with Ruben Amaro Jr. I'm Michael Barkan. This 5-0 lead didn't shrink and become a deficit. This 5-0 lead, Ruben, expanded to 8-0 Phillies with their 10th shutout of the season, and led, of course, by Cristopher Sanchez, sparkling 7 innings, and they get those 8 runs. What's more impressive to you?
I think it was a really complete win, Michael. The thing that I was really impressed by, not only the pitching of Cristopher Sanchez, but they mentioned it during the crossover there, that the defense was excellent. Alec Bowman, we'll talk about him quite a bit. He was phenomenal. Great at bats by Crawford today, the bottom of the lineup doing some damage. And even at the top of the lineup, you had Trea Turner on his 33rd birthday go deep. He went double home run in his last couple of at-bats, 3 RBI, and that's a great sign. He's had multiple hits on several of occasions over the last week or so. Getting him going would be huge for this team. It was just a great, complete win. Defense, timely hitting, situational hitting, great bunt by Crawford. There's just a lot of things that you liked about this baseball game. You went from maybe one of the worst losses of the season to maybe one of the best wins of the season. Really impressive work by everybody.
And they finished June 18 wins, 9 losses. That's a half game better than the way they finished May. So they are continuing to improve, perhaps the most important part.
And to overcome that, pretty extraordinary. Look at these numbers against the Pirates.
2 starts, 16 innings pitched, 9 hits, 22 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and 10-3 overall, and a 2 ERA in 18 starts this season. His ERA comes down. We talked about this in pregame live, Ruben, which was in 2 of his 3 preceding starts, he had given up a total of 9 runs, 4 against Milwaukee, and then 5 against Washington in his last start before tonight. And there was something back there, at least in my head, that was like, you know, and he proved it tonight. Nothing to prove, really, but he showed tonight he's the guy that we always thought he was. What's his home ERA?
I mean, unbelievable. Home ERA is 0.86. He is 7-1 in 11 games started. He has 73 innings pitched, given up just 7 runs. He has 18 walks and 85 strikeouts. That's insane. Those numbers are amazing. 0.86 ERA. Home cooking, he's digging it.
Check out Meineke, Did You Know, with respect to Cristopher Sanchez. These are staggering numbers, what we're seeing this season. Most scoreless starts before July in Major League history. Walter Johnson, one of the all-time greats, in 1913. Wow. Don Drysdale of the Dodgers, 9 starts in 1968. Walter Johnson again in 1918. And then Cristopher Sanchez tied with Jacob deGrom. That is incredible. Scoreless starts in Major League Baseball.
Scoreless starts, scoreless innings. I mean, he has had an historic season, and this guy's getting better and better. I mean, the sky's sort of the limit, because now he's getting a feel for that slider, as I talked about a little bit earlier. When that starts to become, like, as we grade these pitches, right? He's got an 80 changeup. He probably has like a 70 fastball. And that's on the scale of basically 30 to 80. He probably is now towards a 60 on his slider. If that gets higher, if that continues to get better, I mean, you're talking about a guy having double-plus pitches on 3 pitches, and he only throws 3. Imagine that. A guy like Bubba Chandler, who has a great arm, he's throwing 6 different pitches. This guy only needs 3, and he's getting it done. It's amazing.
And we'll hear from Sanchez himself through Diego Daniello, his translator, but that's a scary situation. You don't want even to think about what the possibilities could be, and I know it happened. I remember a couple years ago, Zach Wheeler talked about losing a nail. He said, it's happened before, like it's no big deal, and everyone asked, what do you mean no big deal? You lost a nail.
You know, what you get afraid of is that you just don't want the pitcher to start adjusting his hand or the finger pressure on the baseball, because that could affect the way you're releasing the baseball, could then affect and become something a little bit more serious. Obviously, it did not today, and it wasn't in a spot, evidently, that it was affecting him too badly, because he went on and pitched a heck of a game after that. But you do get a little concerned about blisters just because pitchers start to hold the ball differently, and then it could have some effect on either their elbow, their shoulder, whatever the case may be. Fortunately, that was not the case today.
We will update you on that forthcoming.
Marsh hustling down the line. He picks himself up an RBI. Didn't have any hits today, but has a productive at-bat because Madison, he ends up making a really dumb baseball play.
Yeah. By the way, Bryce Harper, with his single tonight, becomes the 14th player, left-handed hitter in Major League history to record 3,500 total bases. Congratulations to Bryce Harper. Here's Don Mattingly now in the clubhouse on his team's win tonight.
What happened with Chris's hand or finger?
Just a little scrape on top. I guess when certain pitch he throws, I think it's a changeup. Just it's the way he grips it, and he just kind of scraped it.
Any more impressive what he did tonight?
I mean, it was a scratch, but I mean, I think he's impressive enough. Obviously, he sets the tone tonight for us. You know, attacking the zone, heading the count, all that, right? And I think that's obviously something we needed tonight. Thought Craw's hit was huge in the second. You know, big at bat, fouling balls off, and end up fighting a slider down the line. So that I thought those two guys kind of get us going. Sanchez setting the tone, and then Craw getting us a lead, able to go from there.
Was there only one thing he did Sanchez did tonight that didn't happen in the last outing, or was just
I just thought his stuff was crisper tonight, and I think, each outing is going to be a little different. There's days it's going to be better, or he's pretty consistent, but there's still going to be days that your stuff is not quite the same, or your command the last time is changeup. He didn't get in the zone enough. Tonight was attack the zone, get ahead in the count, swings, puts pressure on them to swing the bat.
What happened with Bobby Dickerson?
He got thrown out.
What exactly transpired?
Oh, I think it was about the play at first. Not quite sure. Bobby was fired up tonight, so.
You mentioned Justin the way he hit that 2-out single, kind of a, I don't know, we call it a nubber, or just kind of placed it down the line. This was going to be a bat the way he was able to get that at bat and have it go down there and hit the line and get the.
I wouldn't call it a nubber. He fouled off some good pitches. And Craw's been, for me, getting better and better, shortening his route a little bit, making adjustments to this level. And really hit a backdoor breaking ball, it looked like, and just shot it down the line. So I wouldn't call it a nubber, but obviously just a big at bat. And then all night long, the base hit the center, the double, getting the bunt down, sacrifice bunt. Hit a really good night.
Would you make it the infield defense behind Sanchez tonight?
Yeah, Bomer was outstanding today at third. Made some great plays. Made a nice play up the middle. I don't think we get two on it, but made a nice play up the middle. Yeah, it's good to see when everything kind of works together. Sanchez throwing strikes, keeping us on our toes, then guys making plays where innings don't get extended, and you don't have to throw any extra pitches. So it all kind of works together.
It was just a scratch, but when Sanchez first waved to the dugout, did you fear anything? Or
yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the second, right? I think it was the second inning. You're like, oh, not tonight. But once you get out there, you kind of see what it is. It's something. It's on top of the thumb. It's not. It's not like cut on a nail or anything like that, where you feel like it's gonna keep getting extended. But they did a nice job of stopping that. And
You think Trea's coming around? Just given some of the power stroke you've seen?
I think he's coming back. Is he going yet? I don't know if he's going yet or not, but obviously to see Trea get a big hit down the line, that was another one. And then the home run really, extends that lead where it saves us probably an arm in the bullpen, which is good for us tonight. I know Alvey was still up, so hopefully he didn't get too fired up out there. Backus was up, but we were able to leave. Kirk was a guy we tried to stay away from tonight. Duran felt like he's been up a lot, not in a lot of games, but up a lot. Tonight is a night that he's down totally. So hopefully we're, getting a little bit better as far as getting our bullpen back in order. So we'll, hopefully Wheels tomorrow can do the same.
2 weeks from tonight, I think, is the All-Star game. Like, how strong of a case is Sanchez made to start that game here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's been great, and I'm sure there's a lot of guys that have been good. I don't pay attention to too many people other than our guys. But I mean, he's thrown the ball well. I think you can make a case for him. I look at all that as, I guess starting the game is a, I don't know how big that is. I look at it more like just the consistency he's given us and looking at the season more than the All-Star stuff. But obviously it's big for different guys at different times of their career. So it'd be a nice honor for him.
You had the catch in Derek Hill that saved the game early in the game for Zach Wheeler against the Mets. Well, this at bat basically won the game for the Phillies in this second inning for Cristopher Sanchez, because after that he just started dealing. That was a backbreaker for the Pirates.
Yeah, at bat of the game, hit of the game. Justin Crawford, 3 for 3 with a run scored and 3 runs batted in. The other star of this game, of course, is the starting pitcher, the guy who we hope will start the All-Star game in a couple of weeks. In fact, 2 weeks from tonight, the All-Star game comes to Philadelphia. Maybe Cristopher Sanchez is on that mound representing the Phillies and the National League. Here he is about his win and also his thumb.
What was the big difference for you tonight in terms of the way you pitched for 7 innings?
Diferencia entre hoy ahí, lugar de 17 innings, comparado con el último.
Que salí a competir, estaba ejecutando lo que habíamos acordado del plan y creo que me sentía súper bien hoy. Todo se dio bien.
Went out to compete. I think that was the main difference, and I was executing the pitches and executing what we talk about in the game plan before the game. So everything went well today.
Scratch on your hand, finger or thumb? Where was it?
Un rasguñito en el dedo. ¿Dónde fue que pasó? ¿En el pulgar o en qué parte de la mano?
En el dedo tengo un poquito ahí, que cada vez que tiro el cambio a veces me roza y me corta un poquito, pero todo bien.
Yeah, just a little scratch on the finger. It happens sometimes when I throw the changeup, because of the touch with the finger, so it's no big deal.
The next time you pitch here will probably be the All-Star game. What would it mean to you to potentially start that for the NL?
La próxima vez que tú piches, tal vez pudiera hacer en el juego de estrella, ¿qué pudiera hacer para ti eso? ¿Puede abrir el juego de estrella para la Liga Nacional?
No, un logro más, un sueño más cumplido y más aquí en la ciudad de Filadelfia, tú sabes. Los fanáticos se merecen eso y más.
Another goal, another dream come true, and more when you think about it in this beautiful city, in the Philadelphia city. I mean, the fans deserve that and even more.
Are you noticing anything different about your slider? It seemed like it was up a notch today.
Algo diferente que tú estés notando con el slider. Hoy tuvo mejor de lo usual.
Súper bien se está viendo. Tú sabes, me mantengo enfocado trabajándolo y hoy se vio bastante bien.
Great. I mean, it's looking great. We keep our focus on working on it, and it just looked really, really good today.
When you throw the slider as well as you did tonight, how much more effective does that make the changeup coming after that?
Cuando tú tienes el slider y lo tiras así de bien como lo tiraste hoy, ¿qué tanto más hace efecto para el cambio?
Sí, se siente súper bien, tú sabes, el cambio respira más, el sinker respira más, porque ya hay un picheo bueno más y los bateadores piensan un poquito más.
Yeah, it feels great because, it gives you the chance to, have a little more room with the changeup. The sinker too has a little more room to, to work with. So, and also the hitters have to think a little more when they're on the bot. So it just feels great when you have it like that.
After you got your thumb fixed, it seems like you guys were kind of laughing about something on the mound. What were you guys joking about?
Después de que te cubrieron el dedo, se rieron un poquito en el montículo. ¿Qué pasó ahí en ese momento?
Estaban cherchando los muchachos en la lomita, increíble. Por eso estaban muertos la risa todita ahí en el infield.
Yeah, they were just giving me a hard time and, joking around on the mound. So, these guys are terrible. So, we're just having a great time on the mound.
La defensa estuvo increíble hoy. Por eso es que digo que hay que levantar la cabeza los días malos. Hoy me salvaron por lo menos 3 o 4 carreras. súper increíble tuvo la defensa.
The defense was terrific today. I mean, that's why I always say that you got to keep your head up even on the tough days, because days like this, great defense. They picked me up today too, and they saved maybe 3 or 4 runs today. So terrific job by them tonight.
Because he deserves it. Great game by Alec Boehm today, and again, it takes a village. It's not just one guy. The fact that he throws strikes, it keeps you into the game. Don Mattingly mentioned that in the postgame here, that when you throw strikes, you're on your toes, you're ready defensively, you want to make plays for your best pitchers, in particular when they're getting you ground balls, and he did the job today, and the boys really responded well defensively.
Somewhere Michael Jack Schmidt is smiling with the plays that Alec Boehm made tonight. Very special. All right, back to the clubhouse we go. Here's Justin Crawford on a great night.
When Chandler's peppering you with, triple digits, 6 pitches in a row, is, the breaking ball sort of in the back of your mind? You ready for it?
Kind of. I mean, he's throwing so hard. I'm kind of just still staying on the heater and then kind of just trusting that I could be able to react to the breaking ball kind of like I did. But, I think that whole at-bat, I was just ready for the heater.
Do you think shortening up at the plate sort of allows you to hit the breaking ball away? And, you got the bat out pretty good there. It was a ball and a half off the plate.
Yeah, definitely. I think with 2 strikes, I'm just trying to compete and try to find a way to put the ball in play. And luckily, he kind of left it out over a little bit for me to kind of be able to extend my arms and be able to sneak it past somebody.
You hit 320 or 330 at most levels of the minors. How difficult has it been this year to kind of stay level-headed even when you're not getting the results easily?
Yeah, long season. Game and adjustments, definitely, obviously, pitching's a little bit better. So I think making adjustments with Kevin, our whole staff, it's been really good. So kind of just trusting the process and not getting too caught up in the results, more on how I'm feeling at the plate, how I'm seeing the ball, how the swing's feeling, and kind of just trusting it. But it's nice to kind of get some games where you get a little bit of some results.
How much does growing up around the game, has that helped you maybe stay calm, I guess, when things don't go your way, so you can get back to games like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it helps me a good bit. Got a good support system with my dad and a lot of family. So kind of just helping me stay level-headed and just focusing about the next game, next pitch, and really just trying to take it one at bat, one pitch at a time.
Don mentioned shortening things up. I mean, has that been kind of a key to what's been going on maybe the last couple of weeks? And do you feel like you got too long, I guess, in your swing? Or
yeah, definitely working on being a little shorter to the ball. It's kind of why we've been starting to do a little no stride, just trying to take a little bit of that extra movement with will make me a tick late on the ball. And so yeah, definitely been trying to do that a little bit and work on just kind of just naturally getting it a little bit more out front by doing that, and it's been good.
The offense also will tag on in the 7th and in the 8th as well tonight. Just good about as the offense come alive late, tag on and make the game a little easier for you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's huge. Scoring runs any inning is big, especially coming in late. Be able to tag on, build on a lead like that, and be able to shut the door at the end of the game.
Kind of a good bounce back win after last night. It was kind of a weird kind of way to kind of think around to come back tonight and get a win like this one. Good bounce back win.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely flushed last night and come back the next day, and it was good. I think for all of us, we came in feeling good, ready to go.
Brad Marsh up the standings. They're 3 games back, Ruben, now, but the Braves are losing at home against St. Louis. They've got 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. They're down 5-3. Phillies could go to 2.5 games back. Who'd have thought that 1 month ago?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, the Braves were going wild for a while in the early part of the season and did not lose, but they're human beings, and they've been struggling. They've struggled with some injuries and with some recent shoddy play. So it's nice to see the Phillies be able to bounce back into this thing. And it's a real race, Michael. It's a real race. Right now, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great September, I believe. Looking forward to it.
There's no race here, Ruben Amaro Jr. The Phillies shifted into overdrive. They take care of everything. Think about this, though.
Got half the season to go.
In all seriousness, Phillies were 9.5 games back on June 1st. July 1st, they could be which is tomorrow, they could be 2.5 games back of the East. Would you have thought that possible?
Absolutely. Well, possible, yes, but not probable. Not likely. For them to have turned around the way they have, and for the Braves to have sort of put the brakes on in a lot of ways, they're sort of letting other teams, Miami Marlins as well, back into this race, and it will be a very interesting August and September. The dog days of August are coming, man, and we'll see who is up for the task.
9-game road trip after Pittsburgh. Do you think they can overtake Atlanta by the All-Star break? Say yes.
Oh, I mean, it's possible.
Is it likely?
What do you think? I'm gonna put bets down on this thing?
Okay, well,
listen,
you know what?
Again, I mean, their starting pitching is an issue because after the top three, they got to get Nola going somehow, some way, and Alan Rangel is going to have to hold down the fort for a while until they get Painter back and he gets sort of straightened out. Otherwise, they may have to make a move to get a starting pitcher. But the way that these guys are playing overall baseball, I mean, it's a real turnaround. It's nice to see them do it at the halfway point because they got a lot of baseball to go, and they can get better and better and better. I predicted 100 wins in the early part of the season. Had they just gone like 500 ball in the first month or so, they might have a shot at 100 wins with the way they're swinging now. And the way they're playing, but who knows?
Let's go to stargazing. I'm not talking about you. You are a star, but this is stargazing presented by.
Understood.
You understand? Presented by Deborah Heart and Lung Center. We talked about Brandon Marsh in the pregame program. Batting average down to .317 as he's 0 for 5 tonight. Mr. Marsh, road ahead. Brought to you by Ford. Looks like this. 2 more with Pittsburgh. They can, at the very least, split the series with a win tomorrow. And then 1 more against Pittsburgh, off day Friday at Kansas City. And then they play the Royals and the Reds and the Tigers. Tomorrow's starting matchups. Woo! Zach Wheeler, incredible, against Paul Skeens, also incredible. And this from Cole Weintraub from NBC Sports Philadelphia. Last time the Phillies had 2 starters with an ERA of 2.05 or lower through June of a season, which they currently do, was 1916. Grover, Cleveland, Alexander, and Eparixi. That's cause for fireworks. And so is tonight's win. Phillies take it 8-0. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Woo!